Welcome children. So 9th standard geography lesson, climate, soil, natural vegetation and animals of Karnataka. Today we are concentrating on natural vegetation and animals of Karnataka. Next. So what do you mean by natural vegetation? It refers to plant community which has grown naturally without human aid. It means cluster of plants and trees which grow naturally without any human assistance. So such vegetation we call them as natural vegetation. Every vegetation is not natural. There are crops and fruit trees which are grown and cultivated by humans. They are also a part of vegetation but not natural. It means cultivated crops and fruit trees are not considered as natural vegetation. They are also a part of vegetation but not natural. Next, flora and fauna. So these words we are using oftenly in this lesson. Flora means plant community. Fauna means animal kingdom. So the greenery part in the world collectively called as flora. Right from Himalaya to up to Kanyakumari. So the greenery part we call them as flora. And the animal world we call them as fauna. So we are using flora and fauna instead of using vegetation and wildlife. In a country like India, there is a huge diversity in plants and animals. Because of vast geographical area, India has many species of plants and animals. Lot of species we can find in our country. Various factors like land, soil, temperature and rainfall are responsible for such a diversity. So many factors are responsible for such a diversity. Among them, rainfall and temperature are very important, because the growth of vegetation is mainly depend upon these two factors. Natural vegetation plays a vital role in any country. It is a question of survival. So good environment is required for the survival of humans as well as animals. Good environment without vegetation is impossible. So that's why vegetation plays a vital role in any country. So even from the commercial point of view, if we observe, it also supports many economic activities. Economic development is impossible without vegetation. So the prosperity of any country is depend upon a rich natural vegetation. So we have lot of benefits from forests. We will discuss one by one. Benefits of thick natural vegetation. First one, it maintains the ecological balance. Ecological balance means balance of nature. It balances between the physical environment and living beings. It also maintains balance between different components of a physical environment. So maintenance of ecological balance only done by the vegetation. Next, it helps to get good amount of rainfall. If an area has a rich vegetation, so that time it gets a good amount of rainfall. Next, it increases the oxygen percentage in the atmosphere, because it receives, otherwise it collects carbon dioxide from the environment and it pumps out oxygen to the nature. So that why it maintains the balance in the different components of the atmosphere. Alone Amazon forest only supplies 20% of the oxygen to the environment out of total supply. Next one, it maintains the temperature of the region because it helps to get good amount of rainfall. When an area has receives good amount of rainfall, automatically temperature also maintained by the environment. It regulates the temperature of a particular region. Next, it supplies the raw materials for the industries. Many industries are depend upon the forest supply. So those industries are called as forest based industries like timber industry, furniture industry, paper industry, resin industry, even many more. These industries collect raw materials from forests. So that why, so forests are very important. It enhances the growth of medicinal plants. So many plants, medicinal plants are growing in the forest. So those medicinal plants help in curing many diseases. So this is also one of the important benefit. It reduces pollution by taking carbon dioxide from the environment and gives out oxygen to the nature. So it reduces the pollution percentage. It also reduces the global warming, and it also acts as a natural barrier, noise barrier. So forest always acts as a noise barrier. It will not allow the sound to travel easily. So it also controls the noise pollution. Next, it keeps the environment cool. It the area receives good amount of rainfall because of vegetation. It also regulates the temperature of a particular region. So that why forest always keeps the surrounding area very cool. Next one, it provides a rich habitat for wildlife. We know that one. Next, it generates tourism. Nowadays, because of urbanization, many people forget the concept of thick forest, and children do not observe wildlife in life. So that why nowadays people are visiting to forest area and in order to observe forest and even wildlife with their habitat. So it earns a lot of income for the government. Government earns lot of income from the tourism business. So that why vegetation is very important. Next one, it controls floods. First of all, it reduces the speed of the flow of water, and also it reduces the flood level by absorbing water. So these are the benefits we are getting from the forests. Next, kinds of vegetation. In India, we find many types, but Karnataka's vegetation is broadly classified into 4 types. So the first one is tropical evergreen forests, tropical deciduous forests, mixed forests, grasslands and shrubs. Next, first one, tropical evergreen forests. So if we are talking about any particular vegetation, always temperature and rainfall, those are very important because the growth of vegetation mainly depend upon these 2 factors. So we will see the temperature and rainfall of this area. So these forests are found in those areas which receive heavy rainfall of about 250 centimeter. So if these forests are found in those areas which receives heavy rainfall. Heavy rainfall means more than 250 centimeter. So in such areas, evergreen forests are found. The areas experience high temperature. Because of the tropical zone, the rays are vertically over this area. So that why the area receives a good amount of sunshine. It means temperature. So temperature is also very high. Next, the climate is warm and wet. warm because of the tropical region, wet because of heavy rainfall. So that leads to creation of humidity. So humid climate always supports the growth of vegetation. The climate is warm and wet, it means humid climate, and supports the huge growth of vegetation. The thick growth is possible because of the climate. Next, the forest is very thick and dense. Why? With thick undergrowth. Because of thick undergrowth, the forest looks thick and dense. It is very difficult to penetrate inside the evergreen forest. At ground level, shrubs and creepers are common. Those are spreading at the ground level. Medium level plants grow up to 30 feet. Medium sized plants are also found. High level, tall trees above 30 feet. It means above 30 feet trees height we can see, even it crosses the 60 feet also. So in 3 layers also we find trees. So that why the forest is very thick and dense. And trees had broad canopies. So it will not allow the sunlight to reach the ground. So that why always these forests are very dark and dense. Next, the forests have trees like mahogany, ebony, rosewood, kino, rubber and hibiscus. So these are famous varieties. Other than this, even many trees are found. These are famous varieties. Next, they are found in parts of Uttara Kannada, Dakshina Kannada, Shimogga, Chikmagaluru, Kodagu and Hassan. It means it covers coastal region, coastal districts and even Malnad districts. So in these places, evergreen forests are found. So you can observe the picture here, evergreen forest pictures. So you look at the picture here, how much dense it is. So thick undergrowth here, even tall trees are there and thick undergrowth. Because of these, the forest looks thick and dense. And you can observe here hill ranges, the Western Ghat hill ranges. So how it covered by thick and dense forest. Next, so you look at here tall trees, even medium sized plants. So these trees are hard trees and they have great commercial value. See here in valleys commonly we observe rivers. So rivers are flowing through the valleys in the Western Ghats. So besides valleys, the land is covered with forest and in deep valleys we observe rivers. Next, here the Western range, how it covered by greenery, thick forest. And here the inside forest pictures, it shows the thick undergrowth. So tall trees, medium sized plants and climbers, shrubs, how it covers everything. So the forest looks thick and dense. Next is tropical deciduous forests. We will see the features. First one, these forests are most widespread in India. Most of the forests are deciduous forests in India. The areas receives moderate rainfall between 100 to 200 centimeter. Moderate rainfall received by these areas. In a deciduous forest, wet deciduous and dry deciduous are there. So wet deciduous forest receives good amount of rainfall when compared to the dry deciduous forests. The areas experience moderate temperature. It means moderate rainfall and moderate temperature it receives. Forests are less dense with less undergrowth. Tall trees are found but less undergrowth is there. So that why it is very easy to enter into the deciduous forest. We can move in this forest very easily. These forests shed their leaves in a specific season. So this is one of the main feature of this forest. Most of the trees shed their leaves in a particular season, that is in autumn season. After winter, because of the reduction of water content in the soil, so in order to reduce the water consumption, these trees shed their leaves and stop the photosynthesis. So once again, new leaves are reappear in the spring season. Next, trees like bamboo, sal, shisham, sandalwood, neem, teak, mango, jack, banyan are found here. These are famous varieties. Other than this, even many trees are found, and these have great commercial value. These forests are found in eastern slopes of Western Ghats, parts of Belagavi, Uttara Kannada, Dakshina Kannada, Hassan, Chikmagaluru, Mysuru and Chamarajanagar. So once again, these forests are also cover the Uttara Kannada district, Dakshina Kannada and some parts, some districts of Malnad region, and even it covers Chamarajanagar, Mysore. Next, so you can observe the deciduous forest pictures here. So when trees shed their leaves, the forest looks like this. It is a different picture here. So when trees shed their leaves, how it looks. So when leaves are reappear in spring season, the forest looks like this. It is complete greenery covered here. Next, when trees are going to shed, so that time trees looks like this. Forest looks like this. So now leaves are turned into yellow. It means in a few months they are going to shed their leaves. So that why the forest looks like this.